welcome back to my channel. Sydney here. I hope that if you're not already, you will subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any more videos or updates from me. Today's video is going to be on my new hair, and the hair that I'm wearing is from VirginHairFixx. I do have a video showing you guys how I colored my hair and my first impressions on the hair, but I won't put that up onto my channel until next week. So this video is going to be showing you guys how I make my U-part wigs. I get tons and tons and tons and tons of requests to do this video, so I finally figured out a way to do it. It's still kind of blotchy if you ask me. I still feel like every time I make one I wing it, and this is like the maybe fourth or fifth one I've made on my own, and I still feel like I'm not a professional. So this is just the way that I do it. There's no right or wrong way. I mean, there's probably a better way, but you guys asked how I do it, so that's what I'm going to be showing you guys in this video. Also, I did film a makeup look on this look. Green lipstick, it's like a winter green color, from J.Cat's Beauty. It's actually called Fashion of the Day, FOTD. That's the name, hashtag FOTD. So yeah, that's what I'm wearing. I will be putting that on my channel tomorrow. I'm uploading a video tonight. I didn't upload a video yesterday, and I didn't upload a vlog this week. Honestly, all weekend I was super duper sick, and then last night my boss surprised me with tickets to the J. Cole concert, so I mean, what are you gonna do? So sorry I wasn't able to get this video up yesterday, but it will be up on Wednesday, today. Today's Wednesday, it'll be up today. And the look for this video will be up tomorrow. So keep a lookout for those. And yeah, I think I'm done blabbling. If you want to know more about this hair, that video will be up next week. So this is just showing you how I make my U-part wigs. And I think that's it. I'm done talking. I've talked too much. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you haven't already. You can also follow me on Snapchat. I'll put my name here. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Bye! Okay, so I'm starting off by just parting my hair down the middle because I want to wear a middle part with this look. So I'm parting it down the middle, and then I'm just going to part out the leave out surrounding my middle part. And then I'm just going to braid that up so it's out of the way and it doesn't get caught in with the hair that I'm braiding to sew on the Now I'm just going to separate out some leave out around the perimeter of my head. I'm mainly doing this because I like to wear my hair up on my lazy days when I don't feel like straightening it or curling it or what have you. So I just part out some leave out on the sides and then in the back so that I can wear my hair up. And then I go ahead and braid that in the same so that it doesn't get tangled in with the braids that I'm using to hold the unit. Okay, so now it's time to braid up the rest of my hair. I'm going to start by doing the perimeter braid, and this braid is the most important because this is the braid that's going to be holding the U-part wig to your head. So I take about a good amount. I still want it to be small enough that it will lay down flat when I put the wig on it, but thick enough that it'll actually hold it, because if it's too thin, it's not going to hold and your hair will start slipping, and before you know it, you'll have a U-part wig on the ground, which is not tight. So here I'm just braiding it. I like to braid my hair semi-tight. I don't like hurting myself because when I did get my hair done from other people, I absolutely hated how tight it was and not being able to sleep. So I braid it pretty tightly, but I also will take the U-part wig out and redo the braids like after 2 weeks just so they're fresh. So I'm doing a semi-tight braid. You can do it as tight or as not tight as you want. You're going to want it to be a little bit of tension because otherwise it won't hold. So I start with one braid and I go around to the back and then I part my hair on the other side. And then I just do 4 kind of big dookie braids in the middle like that before I sew it together. So here I'm just going to take 2 of the braids on each side and wrap them around to the other side like this. And this just creates more of a flat illusion for the wig to lay on, because the last thing you want is a big bump when you put your wig on. I've done that before and that sucks, so you don't want any of the lumps to show through the wig. After I've done the big braids in the back, then I go in and take the 2 small perimeter braids and I also braid those to the side so that they're holding each other, and you want to make those tight so that they don't come out of the wig. Now I'm going to take my white spandex dome cap. Well, it's not actually white, it's brown, but the packaging is white. You're going to want to take a dark color, so if they have like a black or a navy blue or a brown, get that color because you don't want a bright color to show up underneath your hair. So now I'm just going to take a white eyeliner pen, and this is what I'm going to use to trace the perimeter of my hair. And I'm just feeling along the cap where I braided and tracing it that way. I made the mistake of not tracing it low enough, so I would recommend drawing the white line under the braid and then sewing it over it. I didn't do that, but I will next time because it was a lot harder to sew this one on. So now I'm just taking the hair and I'm just going to sew it along that white line. Again, for the next time, or I recommend drawing the white line a little bit under the braid. That makes it a little bit easier to sew it on. So I'm just doing that here, and you want to do kind of small stitches so that the hair lays as flat as possible. Now this does take a little while, and it's important to take your time and make sure that the hair is laying nicely and laying flat. I like to take a bobby pin and clip the track to the other side of the cap and then sew it around that way just to make sure that it's laying flat and I'm not going too high up or too far down when I'm laying the tracks on top of each other. And you can see here I'm just doing really close stitches. This just ensures that the hair lays as flat as possible. You don't want any lumps or any of the hair coming up out of the stitches, so you just want to do the stitches really close together and take your time. This by no means is a fast process at all, so take your time so that it looks as nice as it can. Once I get to the top of the cap, closer to where I'm going to be cutting it out, I make the stitches even smaller so that they're less noticeable and that the hair lays as flat as possible. And this is what the cap looks like when it's completely finished and you no longer need the styrofoam head because it's time to sew it on your actual head. So first you're going to want to cut out the perimeter of the cap. So where you left your leave out, you're going to want to cut that out. Be very careful not to cut any of the stitches because then your hair would start unraveling and that would really suck. So be really careful of that and then cut around the perimeter of it. I just quickly cut the spandex line of that just so it would fit perfectly on my head. So I'm going to start by just putting it on my head, and then I'm going to take some clips and I'm going to clip the front part of my hair. So where the leave out meets the wig is where I'm going to put the clips, and then I'm going to start by sewing it around my head first to make sure it fits, and then sewing it to the top of my head. So as you can see here, I've started by just sewing it around the perimeter of my head first. So I'm starting with the sides and the back before I sew the top. Once you've got both of the sides down, then you can go ahead and sew the top down. I like to start from the back and work my way up to the front. And it's okay, the spandex cap is made so that it's stretchy, so if you find that it's tight, you want that because then that means it's fitted perfectly to your head. So that's what the spandex cap is for, so you can just pull and sew, and once you get it sewn down, you're good to go. Then I'm just going to tie it down in the back and make sure it's secure, and then you're ready for styling. I will have details on this color, and this isn't the finished color, but I will have details in my upcoming video, so keep a lookout for that. And we're done. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Love ya. Bye! Oh, and watch my last video. If you haven't already, you can click the video link and check it out. Okay, for real. Bye!